Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? The forum is about to begin. Honorable Ma'am Belinda Maribel Reich, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this presentation. I am your moderator today, Fatin Shafika binti Roslan. We would like to have a discussion about one of SDG's goals, zero hunger. Before the presentation begins, allow me to introduce the presenter. This is Nur Najiha binti Abdullah. She is the panelist 1. Nur Anis Fariha binti Ahmad as panelist 2. And Nur Safia binti Muhammad Nazir as panelist 3. Without further ado, I would like to welcome the presenter to deliver this discussion for our forum today. Alright, Mrs. Najiha, can you tell me and the audience more about Zero Hunger? The floor is all yours.
Thank you, Ms. Fatina Sharika, our moderator for today. So for SDG stands for Sustainable Development Goals. It has 17 goals for total, and Sustainable Development Goals 2 aims to achieve zero hunger. The official wording of SDG 2 is to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. So this goal is the highlight of the goal is to the goal highlights the relationship between food security, nutrition, rural transformation, and sustainable agriculture. According to United Nations, 1/9 people goes to bed hungry each night, including 20 million people currently risk of dying of starvation as lack access of sufficient and nutritious food. So SDG aims to end all food hunger and all malnutrition by 2030 and ensure that everyone has sufficient food throughout the year, especially children. Zero hunger is important as it can affect sustainable development and create threat which people cannot escape. Hungry people are prone to be less productive and easy to get disease, which can make them unable to improve their livelihood. So, report by the International Food Policy Research Institute of 2013 states that the emphasis of SDG is not to end poverty by 2030, but to eliminating hunger and undernutrition by 2025. Every program and goals need to have their target and indicators to measure the progress of the goals. So UN has identified 8 targets and 30 indicators for SDG 2. So 4 of them are achieved by 2030, 1 by 2020, and 3 have no target years. So the target of SDG 2 that was identified by the UN is ending hunger and improving access to food, ending all forms of malnutrition, agricultural productivity, sustainable food production system and resilient agricultural practice, genetic diversity of seed, cultive plants and farm and domestic animals, investment, research and technology. The indicator that the target of these goals is achieved, including addressing trade restriction between 2 or more countries, distortion in world agriculture markets, and food commodity markets and their derivatives. So I will pass back the forum to the moderator.
Thanks for your sharing. What do the rest of you think about the causes? So I guess panelists 2 have the answer.
In my opinion, there is a lot of causes of hunger. For me, the main cause is poverty. Why I choose poverty as the main cause is because poverty and hunger exist in a vicious cycle. Families trapped in the cycle of poverty usually can afford nutritious food, leading to undernourishment. In turn, undernourishment makes it difficult for people to earn more money so that they can afford healthy food. Families living in poverty might also sell off their livestock or tools to supplement their income. This buys short-term relief but perpetuates a longer-term pattern of hunger and poverty that is often passed down from parents to children. Next is food shortage. Food shortage is developing countries are common. The people most affected are smallholder, farmers, and their families who depend on their own supplies to survive between harvests. The period leading up to a harvest is known as the hungry season. Food from the previous harvest runs out and families cut back on meals. This period of this period of time may last for months depending on the size of the previous harvest. Similarly, in the US, families with very low incomes run out of main run out of money at the end of the month. Families cut back on how much they eat and then eventually skip meals altogether on some days. Another reason for food shortage is up to 40% of food grown in some countries is spoilage. Smallholder farmers do not have adequate storage facilities to protect their supplies against pests and weather. The last one is job instability. In the United States and other high-income countries, hunger is mainly caused by poverty that results from a lack of jobs or because jobs pay too little. Hunger rates rise when the national or local economy is in a slump. People lose job and cannot find work. Once the economy improves, some people continue to struggle to find work. For example, people who, people who have been in prison face wide-scale discrimination that makes it difficult for them to find jobs once they re-enter their community. In single-parent families, the parents may not be able to take a job or work enough hours because of no childcare options. So I will pass to the moderator.
Trying to better understand, could you explain why do you think this SDG 2, zero hunger, is important to achieve? Can Mrs. Safia explain it to us?
In my opinion, why? Why is it so important to achieve SDG 2 zero hunger? It is because the undernourishment and hunger make people less productive and more likely to suffer disease. This prevents them from raising their income and improving their standard of living. The food and farming industry are vital in eliminating hunger and poverty, and the good responsible management they could feed the entire planet and generate income. Foster development among the rural population and protect our environment. Why I say it's likely to suffer a disease? This is because the first and the main disease that we can relate in zero hunger is malnutrition. Malnutrition is an imminent catastrophe globally. There are millions of children who are acutely malnourished and growing dangerously weak. Across the Asia and the Pacific region alone, an estimated 74.5 million children under 5 are stunted, whereas 31.5 million suffer from wasting, which is too thin for their height, and the majority of these children live in Southern Asia. Malnutrition damages a child's physical and cognitive development, especially during the first and 2 years of a child's life. It is largely irreversible, perpetuating illness, poverty, and equality. And the LLE is for your support to help us step them. And the compassion is all it takes to ensure every child is in need can receive life-saving emergency food no matter where they are. Like in Malaysia, We also got in the 2021 Global Hunger Index, Malaysia ranked at 58 from 116 countries surveyed with a score 12.8. Malaysia is considered to have a moderate position. While being on the moderate list may seem trivial, it should be taken seriously according to activists and research analysis. We in Malaysia we got a Yayasan Sukaran Siswa, which is they do the SDG to to co- yeah. In Malaysia we have Yayasan Sukaran Siswa we that joint venture with UN to complete the SDG by 2030. And as well, this SDG 2 is their goal also to prevent prevent the others disease like that. That's all for me. Maybe can I have some ideas from the other panelists?
May I interrupt, Ms. Safia? So, from your speech, you told that Malaysia has YSS that can help SDG to achieve their aims. So far as I know, Iberdrola in international level, it encouraged its employees to donate food and essential goods. Since 2012, this has meant collecting over 2,400 kilograms of food, as well as carrying out voluntary initiatives such as supporting soup kitchen to feed families in need. Under their commitment to mitigate the COVID-19 health crisis, 19,000 meals have been prepared for people in vulnerable situations.
Thank you, Ms. Natiha, for your opinion on international part, which is the Iberdrola. As we know, zero hunger needs really help for others, which is mean we can do a food, we can do a soup kitchen, and we can share out the food by others' family, and we share it for them. And of course, we can do that more than 10,000 food if we collected it together. And so on. After we do the voluntary activities as well, the sustainability of the zero hunger we can achieve it by 2030 in 8 years from now. From now. May I ask Miss Anis if you have any opinion about SDG 2 zero hunger?
Uh, in my opinion, we all want our families to have enough food to eat what is safe and nutritious. A world with zero hunger can positively impact our economies, health, education, equality, and social development. It is a key piece of building a better future for everyone. Additionally, with hunger limiting human development, we will not able to achieve the other sustainable development goals such as education, health, and gender equality. That's all.
Okay, so I want to ask to all the panelists, do you all agree of SDG 2 and can we achieve in 2030?
Yes.
Yes, I do agree.
Okay, thank you for the information and interesting talk. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to the end part of our discussion. Food insecurity and hunger have been constant throughout history. During times such as the Great Depression, the government has stepped up in an effort to help those suffering. Today, there are still many in similar situation, although the problem of hunger has become invisible. Hunger is a serious global problem, especially in poor countries which lack basic social security schemes. Hunger can have tremendous negative effect for the respective person, which may eventually result in serious health condition or even death. Therefore, it is crucial that government as well as we act in individual basic take suitable measures to fight hunger. By doing so, we could improve the quality of life of for hundreds of millions of people worldwide. So I would like to say thanks again to all the panelists for the informative and interesting talk. Hopefully the presentation would be beneficial for everyone. Thank you for your attention.